Hey everybody, welcome back to Full Blast Garage. On this episode, we're gonna go ahead and start doing a little final assembly on the old Dodge truck. I mean, we're taking all the little baby steps to get this thing back on the road, and we're getting there. So hopefully in this episode, lights, bumpers, bed liner, maybe bolt the roll bar down. I don't know. I mean, seems like a legitimate task to take before you put it out on the road, but hey, we're just gonna put this thing on full blast. Make sure you do it on full blast. All right, so back here, wanted to start on something easy, not gonna lie, kind of build up my energy to be into this thing. The tail lights back here, of course, nothing worked this morning when I started looking at it. Can y'all guess what was wrong? Yep, probably all y'all guessed, ground wire. So there's a ground that grounded on the frame back here and it was gone. And went ahead, patched that guy up, and now she works. Everything, we got blinkers, brakes, and if you don't know, the reverse light, she goes on the bottom on these cars. So clear lens, kind of dead giveaway. But I'm pretty gentle when I'm messing with these things, I'm not gonna lie. These aftermarket light lens covers kind of scare me. And when you're tightening them down, I always go pretty easy. If this thing will catch any kind of groove here. If y'all couldn't hear, there's stuff blowing around everywhere in the shop. That might be right there. All right, so there's only one way it'll go in. And this is the part where you gotta be pretty gentle. When you start screwing this guy down, I'd go pretty light because these things seem like they are the fragilest plastic from China. And if you over torque it by like 1 foot-pound, she's done. It's gonna crack. And for me, I would just leave it, because you'd probably buy it again and do the same exact thing. Definitely not the best fitment, but it doesn't help that this car kind of got smoked a little bit back here in the rear. So I'm guessing that's contributing to the giant gap we have right here. But I think we'll get over it. Now, I do have one like non-factory little slide clip thing here, trying to get lined up. We'll see. We'll see how she tightens down. Slow and steady on these guys. You kind of want to hold them too in their place. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke the old drill down. She was still set on drill setting. Not good. Tight. Tight. Remember, easy. Easy. You hear anything, you stop. That's it. We're good. let's move on to the other side. Oh, you guys probably know why I'm starting back here. I'm avoiding hanging that bumper, because that's going to be fun by myself. Super easy to align also when you're doing it by yourself. Pro tip: always have a second set of hands when you're doing a bumper. Way easier. But looks like it's just us out here today. And I think all the factory retainers are there. I'm using new stainless screws, so hopefully these guys won't rust out. But you never know. I've put stainless stuff on things before that said it was stainless, still rusted. Probably not the highest quality. Just getting these guys started by hand. Just like to get everything just kind of going at first. So if there's any alignment issues, it'll kind of tell me. Alright. Tight. Tight. Alright. That's done. We've got taillights now that function. And they look brand new with all this fancy chrome that's already coming off when you touch it. Oh, I guess let's grab that bumper, hang it up here. And if y'all don't know, on the back, there's 2 bolts that hold the bumper in. Then you got 6 kind of carriage bolts on it, so lots of adjustment. Really looking forward to it. Coming through. If you guys are working on one of these cars, this particular year model, there's like a little bit of a range, but nobody makes bumper brackets. LMC Truck is kind of where I buy everything from these days. No brackets. And then there was only one company, shout them out, Dodge Connection. They make these brackets still, or somebody, at least one of their customers or someone they're in contact with, they take care of them. So if you got one of these cars, I think it's kind of the mid-80s stuff, you're gonna need to get in contact with them. Man, this is gonna be fun. Try and hang, I've got everything loose, because you want to be able to manipulate it once it's on there. All right, got to back off a little. Come up, there we go. Oh, I lost my bolt. Luckily, got 3 more of them. Man, took out a little bit of my maroon. It's okay, I know where they sell the touch-up. Not easy. Holy moly. This thing's gonna be tight in here. I feel like, oh, this wire is holding me back from being able to tilt it right. There we go. Got to use every part of your body. So how? Okay. I can get the inner bolt hole on that side. There we go. We'll do the inner one on this side also. At least I'll have something kind of supporting it. All right. Why is this thing fighting me all of a sudden? There we go. It was kind of in a bind. This, folks, why you want to have friends. So you're not out doing this stuff by yourself. Well, I have to tighten everything up, but man, I think this thing just kind of slid on perfectly. I mean, this is how it's supposed to look. Makes that trailer hitch look real bad, but oh well. She's gonna stay rusty looking. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead, jump under here with the impact, tighten everything down. I mean, I think this is it. I mean, there's no tilting that needs to be done. She's pretty set up. Thank God. Hopefully the front one goes just as easy. Because, man, I've had some square body nightmares getting stuff lined up on them. But this somehow was incredibly easy. And I'm going to keep working, knock this out. Eventually I'll have to get a license plate light, but kind of need license plates first. So we'll get there one day. All right, so moving on to the front here. Got a couple things we're doing. Headlights. These little parking lamp lenses. This one's cracked. That one's kind of busted up. I need to put a little bit of black paint on this guy because we got some overspray and we're missing screws. So I'm gonna go ahead, knock this guy off, do both sides, try to at least retain the screws so I can compare it to something I have. I'm trying to put all new screws and everything that I put back on. It's a good practice. Like, these things are rusty, and if you ever do have to go back in, just makes it a little bit easier. All these bulbs too, I try and replace if I have one, because this guy does work, but she's a little dim. Good Lord, who knows what was living in this thing? Look at this. This is quite the impressive nest that goes all the way through to the backside. All right, I'm gonna pull this lens out, go ahead and clean this thing up, spray her black. I'm gonna tape off just kind of the chrome face on this thing, and that's it. Everything else getting a coat of black. While I'm waiting for some paint to dry, might as well replace the headlights here. I got all the hardware and everything to do them both. Passenger side's spring is smoked. You can tell because it's staring straight at the ground over there. This thing is in better shape, but I always have replacement adjusters and springs when I'm doing this job. because this stuff just breaks. It does. All right, so we got one screw at the top. Trying to hold on to the plastic. Long-winded. That plastic actually stayed stuck in pretty well. That doesn't normally happen. All right. All right, I'm trying to see how exactly in here they got the spring hooked. Whoa. It's like first time in forever. Oh, there's actually some tension on one of these light connections. Most of them just barely work. There we go. Now this spring is intact. Is it gonna make it? Man, I don't know. She's in there pretty good. Ugh. I'm gonna have to grab the long needle nose, squeeze on the back of this adjuster, get it out of here. All right, so those are free. Now all we're looking at is the spring here. We got a screw we got to remove that's in the center here. We'll make sure this thing don't end up in our teeth. Okay, might save on that screw just in case. All right, so reassembly, same thing. So I'm gonna grab that spring, put it back in that pocket just how it was, put the screw in it. I did get new screw. Everything pretty much is from LMC truck. There's a few things, like I mentioned, that I got Dodge connection. There's another company out of Houston, first gen connection. Sounds like they're pretty mom and pop. I would definitely seek out those guys. That screw does not fit as well as the original. Go ahead and back that out. Get the old rusty guy. See if it likes to go back in there better than that one. Yeah, that other one, I don't think it's the right size exactly for our hole. Then we got our new adjusters. If you've never done these guys before, it's just a piece of plastic with a bolt here. And I'll go ahead and unthread this a little bit, but you can, yeah, this guy's a little bent, but you can leave these guys in. just recommend kind of backing them out where they're loose. Engage. Might have to screw this guy in a little bit to get it to engage. Or do these install from the rear? That'd be super weird. I mean, that's not gonna help at all. These things, I don't know, LMC. There's literally nothing for this thing to catch. I mean, you can push it all the way in, nothing. See if we pry these guys out a little bit. This does not seem right. See, on our old guys, this is how they're all made right here, folks. So there's a little clip on each side, and it literally just snaps in. I'm wondering why these are so flimsy. Like, I don't think that's going to be enough engagement to keep it from wanting to back out. You always want to pry on stuff with your longest pair of needle nose too. It's a good idea. Okay. Man, that is super flimsy. Let me get a screwdriver maybe and press out on those. Maybe that'll engage it. I mean, are you supposed to manually pull these out and just hope they stay? All right, well, this is exactly how you turn an easy job into a not so easy one. All right, well, I mean, I think that's as good as these guys are gonna be. Let me grab like a little pick. I can use that to press it a tiny bit more. You guys need to look for a new supplier. I think I got it locked in there, but it's not super reassuring. All right. One down. Second one going in, and then the tons ram SRAM headlight. What just happened to like Wagner? Where'd those guys go? See, this one's the same way. There's literally nothing, no clips on each side to hold these things in. And I guess you just literally have to manually do it. Not a fan. Kind of don't know. Well, you can get the bottoms literally with your finger. That tells you how much pressure is going to be on this thing. This is like the first time in my history of working on cars should I just left the old plastics on because they're better. But man, the old ones normally are not worth a crap that are this old. All right. You're literally just on your own. You have to press these out from the inside out to kind of get them to hold. I mean, they're stiff in there now. Not a fan. Not a fan. All right, gotta get our hole for our spring lined up here. And it's just a little hole kind of on the corner. There we go. These guys are kind of overachievers. Set up for 3 adjustments. I think I can hang the left one, but the middle one I'm going to have to back it out. Don't have enough articulation there. I watched a guy do these one time, and he was going to throw away these adjusters because the screw wouldn't fit through the adjustment. It only fits through right at the shoulder, right by the screw head. Designed that way, folks. Man, the right to left, I think she's looking a little bit, I guess it'd be to the left, away from the driver. Suck her up. I think she needs to point up a little bit. And on these, what I normally do is try and copy, you know, the amount of thread engagement I have in the adjuster side to side, you know, passenger, driver. All right. Plug her in. Do we still have lights? Well, actually, we never had a light on this side. The light was burnt out. I see a light. Woo! Of course, this one quit working. There we go. Just gotta give it a little love. She'll come back to life. This one, I need to replace it, but she's rusted in real tight. I'm gonna let that one just kind of slide for a little while till it goes out, because it's probably gonna need an entire new housing. But man, them lights are bright and white compared to the other side. I'm letting the housings that go on here dry for a little bit, painted those guys. And then I got the lenses to glue on. In all of Dodge's wisdom for this year, I don't know, is that a parking light lens? It's glue on. So if it breaks, you essentially have to replace this entire housing, is what you're supposed to do. They don't sell that anymore. So what I had to do was just sit there and break it apart piece by piece and then glue a new lens on the front. Super fun. Thanks for no one making that anymore. That's not very helpful. I'm gonna go ahead, knock out the passenger side, do the same thing, and we'll pick it up when I'm mounting the old housings up. All right. I haven't done the buckets yet, they're still drying. So I'm gonna go ahead and try at least place our front bumper up here. We'll see if I gotta figure out any new techniques or anything for this one. I mean, the back one, honestly, that was as easy as they get. I can't even believe it still. So I got the brackets loose, so I got a little bit of adjustment. And you guys got to keep in mind, I don't think either of these bumpers necessarily made for this truck, but on these Dodges, they're pretty much all the same. So you just have to have vehicle specific brackets. So as long as your bracketry's good, any bumper on any of these generation trucks will bolt up to each other. All right, I'm trying to, all right, I got that side. Remember, try not to be antisocial when you're old. Then you might have a friend to help you put a bumper on. All right. Hope I wasn't rubbing all the maroon off on that side. Ah, she's got one. Oh man, this is not gonna be that bad. She's got two. And I'm just feeding the bolts through and getting them started in the holes. That's it. I'm not tightening anything down. I'm just lining the bolt holes up. Man, that's a giant difference from what came off this truck. Everything was dented. It had some old crappy step bumper on the back. Now we got some brand new chrome. Man, this thing might need not much, maybe a hair, like nose down, but that might happen naturally when I tighten it up. Man, Dodge has Chevrolet beat in one area. Bumper bracket install, these things just fall into place. I don't get it. But Chevrolets, I've never had great luck lining up square body bumpers. I've always had to adjust and try and pick it up so it's not sagging down. But man, this, like I'm following this body line here across the front. And of course it's bent over there, so don't pay attention to that, but our spacing is pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with that. I'd say bottom in a hair, just a hair. And I can do that while I'm tightening it up, just hold it. I'd say it needs to flow with the body just a little bit more, bottom in. So go ahead, get this thing all tightened up, wait for our headlight buckets to dry. I had to adhesive those parking lenses to them. You know that's always gonna leak for the rest of the time I own the truck. All right, get these nuts on, get this thing tightened down, and we're just about ready to get it outside, get it in somewhat sunlight. It's kind of been raining all day, but I mean, it'll be better than looking at it in here, that's for sure. Here's the buckets on the old Dodge. Went with the white. I thought with that side stripe, that white would look pretty sharp. And going black, that'll kind of soak up a little bit of the light of your headlights, honestly. These things here, hopefully they ain't ever got to come off, because they got 3 different kinds of adhesives and silicones and glues holding them on. So we're fingers crossed on that. But man, looks so good. I'm still contemplating putting the ram head on the hood. They're a little pricey, but I think it might kind of tie everything in together. And the truck's slowly coming along. I'm not gonna be able to hit the bed liner this episode. I thought I had enough to do everything. I don't. I have to run into town, get that. Then I can bolt the roll bar in once the bed liner's done. And this thing is looking pretty sharp. Bed liner's gonna make this thing look way better. The bed's pretty smoked in this thing. It's super rusted out looking, and crap stuck all to the floor. I think they used it as storage, and just kind of took everything out right before they delivered it over there to the shop. But man, the tail lights, the rear bumper, and again, remember, so on an LMC, you're not gonna be able to order this. You can not order a rear bumper for a 1984. They got all the other years. Just pick one you like. And then you're gonna have to go to Dodge Connection and buy the brackets for this specific truck. So 1984, I don't know why, it's like a weird year. They don't have anything, but any of the bumpers will work. You just have to buy the right brackets. So Dodge Connection, look them up. Man, I'm super happy with how this thing's turning out. I'm waiting on a couple parts for the mirrors. I'll get them bolted up. I'm using the factory stands with a new mirror. I gotta do some nut and bolting on some of these because the inserts have fallen out or been ripped out. And I'm thinking of putting the original badges back on, but like antiquing them somehow. I'm not 100% sure. Still thinking on that one. But I love how this truck has turned out. This is gonna be a really cool ride. And Thanksgiving's coming up. You can get all the kids in this thing, let them drive it around. I don't think they could hurt themselves with this 318 and these 33s. It don't get up and go super fast. But what a difference. A little bit of rattle can paint, some bumpers, headlights, lenses. I mean, we're getting there. She's real close. Well, I think we're gonna call it there for this video. I got a little bit more final assembly to do. Mirrors, bed liner. And then we're gonna tackle the inside of this truck, which I literally haven't cleaned it since I bought it, so it's a little bit of a nightmare. I don't even know what's going on. There's like carpet folded up on top of carpet. I ain't gonna ask any questions. I'm just gonna pull the old Houdini and throw that right in the trash. But man, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. LMC truck bumpers, Dodge connection bracket on the back bumper is a Dodge Connection bracket. Front ones, I was able to use some LMC truck. So we got a little bit of work to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video on the old truck. This thing is super close, real close to us just daily driving the snot out of this thing. And I got to get an exhaust that exits the rear because it's like right under the cab right now. I think I'm going twin 3-inch chrome slice cut out the back. I mean, if if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. Straight 80s. And I think it'll sound really good. But man, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any interaction with the channel helps us out. Man, if you got, I don't know, any recommendations for the old truck, stuff I don't know about, let me know. But until you see me again, man, just go out and do something that makes you happy. But make sure you're doing it on full blast.